to Lights in the City. I am your host, Raya Wooten, and I am here with our guest, Ronnie Brewer, aka the Socialite. And we're just having a pleasure to have her with us today. How are you doing today with us?
I am doing fantastic. I'm so excited to be here today.
We are excited to have you. You look fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, today we're going to talk about a lot of things that Ronnie Brewer has her hands dipped in. And I hear that you have a lot of things going. So tell me a little bit about what you do in your everyday life.
Well, in my everyday life, I do a lot of communications work, public relations, promotion, things like that. I have a really heavy focus on marketing, but I just love the whole entertainment and event elements of it. That's the part that gets me really excited, putting together conferences for people to come to, or just really fun events like one I have coming up soon.
Okay, so you went ahead and threw that one you have coming up soon. So run me a list, maybe a couple of events that you have, put together. What do you have?
Well, so I would say probably one of the biggest things that I've done recently as far as guest attendance was last year I did the mixology event for the Urban League, for the Memphis Urban League Young Professionals. And we had over 450 people in attendance. We literally had to throw the hands up in the air and just be like, we can't take nobody else. I'm sorry. You should have got your ticket in advance. It was completely sold out. VIP as well as regular general admission was completely sold out. It was awesome. It was a great Gatsby theme. So people actually came dressed in their flapper dresses, and the guys wore tux. I mean, it was some dress and press stuff really going on there. So
okay, some pops and tags, dress and press. Love it.
Yes.
So for people that don't know about what the Urban League is, what exactly is that?
Oh, I'd love to talk about that. So the Memphis Urban League is an organization that really focuses on equality. And so it doesn't just look at one specific area of equality, but it's just equality overall. So you may have voter equality, you may have women's rights issues, you may be looking for racial equality, but those are the areas that they really focus on and advocate. Here in Memphis specifically, we have a really heavy focus on employment. So they help people find jobs, help them fine-tune their resumes, things like that. And then we also have a great amount of programs that are coming out new that are going to help people with things like, qualifying for their first home loan. What are your rights as a renter? Things like that. So there's a lot coming down the pike there. But the young professionals specifically, that's a volunteer auxiliary that they have there for people between the ages of 21 and 40. And all of those individuals are part of different committees. So you may be on the civic engagement committee. So you're out there and you're encouraging people to get out and vote, which you guys know that is very important. That is something that we really need to focus on. You may be part of the youth mentorship, where you're going into the schools and you're working with kids there and encouraging them to stay on track and make sure they finish school and they have a plan for after that, because everybody doesn't want to go to college, but let's figure out what your plan actually is. So we have youth advocacy. We have about 10 or so different segments that you can get involved in. And so really, I like to say, if you have a passion, we have a committee for it. So I'm actually the vice president right now of the young professionals, but I'm getting up there in age. So they're kicking me out. And I'm actually getting ready in January to start being the president of their guild over there. So I'm looking for guild members. Anybody out there want to volunteer and give back to the community?
Let me just point out that she said that she was getting up in age and they're kicking her out. She's vice president, but she's going to president. I don't see that as a problem. I see that as an accomplishment.
It's a promotion, yeah.
Okay, right. Promotion in all aspects. So is that for right now, you said you're the vice president. So what are your duties as vice president of the Urban League and the Young Professionals?
So really what my responsibilities are to work with the other chairs. So to make sure that they have the support that they need so that they can be successful in their roles. A really good example of that would be, for instance, we have a PR chair, and she's our face of what the community sees as the Memphis Urban League Young Professionals. So anytime that she's in need of support, and say we have something big coming up and she's in need of, someone to help her get volunteers or someone to kind of help her with maybe some copy or anything like that she may be writing, then it would be my role to make sure that I offer her the support that she needs so that we can pull it off successfully.
Right.
I'm also on a couple of other boards too, and you guys are going to get me in trouble because I've been talking about the Urban League and I haven't talked about anything else. But
she putting y'all on the map.
Sorry about that, y'all. But what I will tell you is that I work with an organization called COPPER, and it stands for the Coalition of the Organizational Protection of People's Equal Rights. Again, always fighting for equality. I think that's something that is deep deeply rooted in me and that I feel like everybody should have the same opportunities. So I also host, I should say co-host 2 radio shows. So I host the What's Happening show that comes on 88.5 on Thursdays nights from 7 to 9. It's a lot of fun. It's pure entertainment. We also have Oscar P., the comedian on there. He's from Chuckles. Yeah. Myron Mays is the main host of that show as well. We have some guests that pop in and out. We have a guy that's a mystery guy named Craig.
Party.
Yeah. And then we have Aisha who pops in from time to time. And it's a lot of fun. It is really something that, like, when you come home from work and you know you're not ready to settle down, you can turn on and you'll be like laughing, as you're cooking dinner or washing dishes or whatever you're doing after work.
Probably not doing all of that.
If whatever it is that you're doing when you get off work, but it's a lot of fun. And then the other thing, the other show is actually a sports show. So for some time I've been doing sports radio, and I tried to quit. I really did. I tried. And they wouldn't let me. They would not let me quit. And so I do a segment with John Lawson on the Sports Bar and Grill. It's called Ronnie and Johnny.
And that's nice.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because, it just kind of rhymes. Right. But John Lawson is the grandfather of the Lawson twins that play for the University of Memphis. And so he's been on that station for a while. I've been on that station for a while. I mean, we'd been talking about doing something together. And then I was like, well, John, I'm sorry, but I'm going to quit. And so after I quit, then he called me. He was like, look, I know you said you quit. I think we could do this. He was like, it won't take a lot of your time, So I do this, ironically, I take a break on Wednesdays at noon from work. And I go out to my car and I do this over the phone. I do this segment with him every Wednesday, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, since you are a sports specialist, by sports, does that include football?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I can't have you here and be on the sports radio and not talk about the Cowboys.
Oh my gosh, you do not want me to talk about the Cowboys. So let me just tell you that I am a Steelers fan.
Okay.
But I will say this: the Cowboys, I am very impressed with what they've been able to accomplish this year, and I'm going to tell you that I fully support them in their choice of quarterback right now. I think that was probably the smartest thing that they can do. And I know that, certain people need to keep their grandchild fed by keeping their husband playing. But I think probably the best thing that they could have done was, let somebody else have a shot.
Y'all caught that shade right there, right? It's all right. Well, continue to keep watching. We're going to take a break right here. And when we come back, we're going to talk about her upcoming event, Santa Claus.
Yes.
What's going on? I'm Janika Bates with Lights in the City, and I'm ready to do an interview. All I'm missing is you. Go to l3television.com for more details.
We are back, and you are tuned into Lights in the City. I am still your host, Raya Wooten, and we are talking with our lovely guest, Ronnie Brewer, who has this event called the Santa Claus coming up. Yes. So I'm excited just by that name. So first, let me figure out where we got this name from.
Well, so I got to tell you a little bit of story. So a few years ago, I went to this place called Hope House. And Hope House is an organization that takes care of children who are 5 and under who are affected by HIV or AIDS. So either the child has it or their parent has it. So they're affected in some type of way, right? And so I was in there and I got a tour and they took me around and the kids were in there and they were like, I made you a necklace. And it was like all their toys put together into like a circle. And I was like, oh my gosh. So by the time I left there, I was a wreck, right? And so I was like, is there anything I could do? What could I do? And so she shocked me because she said, we don't get enough toys for Christmas for these kids. And I'm like, what? Because I'm thinking, why wouldn't people just donate toys? But the truth of the matter is, in some of my experience in working with nonprofits, because I do a lot of avocation work for nonprofits, trying to help them get funding and donations and things like that. And what I have found is that people don't just give because it's a good organization to give to.
You are right.
So you've got to have some type of connection to them to expose them to what this place does and what they really do. So I said, well, I can help. I can try to get some toys. So the first year I just did purely a toy drive. It was like a cocktail party. You got to come in and have cocktails and appetizers for free. All you had to do was bring a toy. Didn't matter the value of the toy, just bring a toy. So that year we had a great turnout. We got bicycles. We got all kind of stuff. I was really pumped up and excited. The next year I was planning it and my interns were like, oh, we got to spice this up. And I'm like, with that group, you don't ever know. So I'm like, spice it up how? What are y'all talking about, right? So they were like, we should do a bachelor auction. I have to say that I was against it at first. I was just like, yeah, I don't know about that. But they convinced me. They won me over. We started collecting bachelors, and it went off great. So now every year we do this bachelor auction. So this year we have decided to add something new to the element. So we're adding ladies, okay?
Ladies.
Yeah. So I was against that too. I'm gonna just be honest. I was totally against the lady element. Because I kind of felt some kind of way about like selling a lady, you know what I mean? Like on stage, just be like, how much you gonna give me? You know,
well,
that kind of thing. Right. Exactly. My daughter would be so ashamed of me. So what we came up with was kind of very, I don't know, Anne of Green Gables. Like they make these baskets, beautiful baskets, and the guys get to bid on the baskets. And so once they bid on the basket, the woman has the opportunity to reveal herself or not reveal herself. So if she wants the date, she reveals. If she doesn't, then we never know who the woman was that donated that basket.
That is really cool. A little suspense there.
Yes.
A little suspense.
So you're bidding not knowing what you're going to get on the other side.
I don't know if I want to play that game.
Well, for you, we have a different game because you're a lady. So the guys, they have to reveal themselves. So they come out to their own theme music that they have chosen themselves. You'd be surprised on what songs these guys will pick. So some of them this year, I've had to say, we can't play that in public. No. And they're like, the radio version? I'm like, nope, not even the radio version.
Your mama had baby, that ain't gonna work.
Right.
It's not gonna work, sweetheart.
Like, no, you can't play that. But so they pick their own theme music, and then they answer a series of questions that we've provided for them. Things like, do you like boxers or briefs? Or what makes up your favorite date? And so we share that information. They walk around. The ladies get to peruse the merchandise, so to speak. And then the bidding will start. And the bidding is very affordable. I know sometimes people are like, you know, like, do I got to come with like $500? The bidding starts at $10. I mean, this is all fun, and all the extra money, you know, basically goes to help Hope House. So it's really about the toys, but this is like, hey, you guys can buy some wipes now. You can get some extra diapers. Yeah. You can do some other things with that money as well.
Most definitely. Yeah. So how many bachelors and new edition bachelorettes do we have at this event coming up?
So out of tradition, we started with 26 bachelors. We keep it at 26 bachelors. So we cut it off at 26 because this is the first year with the bachelorettes. We only have 5 because we're testing this out to see how it works. If it works well, then we'll try to implement where we have more of them next year.
That is just like the natural law of men to women ratio, pretty much.
You're like, that's how you feel when you go out on Saturday night?
Kind of how it is anyway.
Right, yeah.
So with this event, what can we expect going? Like, what's run me down the schedule for the night?
Well, so there's some great things. We are going to bring in a couple of vendors. The vendors will be offering things that ladies love and need, things like makeup artists, beauticians, things like that, where you can go over and get maybe like a 5-minute treatment or something like that, just to kind of give you something to do. As the event actually starts, though, there will be a mixing and mingling session where the gentlemen will walk around throughout the audience, and you will get the opportunity to actually meet them up close, kind of talk to them. Girl, let me tell you, some of them got some really sexy voices. Whew, I was taking these applications like, and how old are you again?
Like, I got 2 kids, but I'm still single.
Right. You know, like I'm getting my single life back together. How old are you? Yeah.
Right.
And where do you work? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so they get to meet them up close and personal. It really, you know, kind of see what's going on and ask them questions, because, you know, we've all had that situation where we've met a guy and we're like, you know, he's kind of cute. I'm gonna go out on a date with him. You go on a date and you like,
and it's all wrong. We're gonna have to save that conversation for like a blog or something. You can go
the after the show blog, the after the show, after the lights.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a nice name there.
I'm in marketing. It just pops in my head. It pops out my mouth. I can't fix that.
I'm gonna keep that. So this is the 2nd year for this event, correct?
Third year. This is the 3rd year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how have you seen it evolve?
Well, I could say that it has definitely changed. So like the first year, it was more of an older crowd. It was more like business owners in attendance, more in your, I I would say 50 plus age range. And over the last couple of years since we implemented that bachelor auction, it's kind of changed to more of like your 21 to 40 kind of crowd. Like, it's what I like to call the ratchet crowd. Like, we come in and we look nice, but then as the bachelors go and the drinks are going, it starts to get a little rowdy in there.
Y'all cute ratchet.
Cute ratchet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, with this event, go ahead and tell us the date, the time, when we need to be there. Real time when we need to be there, not like 30 minutes.
No. Real time. We're going to be starting at 7 p.m.
Okay.
We got a lot to squeeze into. From 7 to 10 is when the event is, and we have a lot to squeeze into that time. So we want to make sure that, everybody gets there pretty much early as possible. You don't want to miss out on any of these bachelors. I am telling you, I'm telling you, we're at the photo shoot because we did a photo shoot. You guys also need to watch the Santa Claus Facebook page because all of these guys are coming out day at a time on this Facebook page. And there is some really nice pictures on there. Like, I've had comments like, I want that for Christmas on my Facebook. I've been getting hit in my inbox like, girl, how much is he? And so y'all got to come to the event to see this. That's all I'm going to say. So what I will say is that you really need to be there at 7 p.m. so you don't miss anything, right?
Right.
It should be over about 10. It's on December 10th. It's going to be at Co-work Memphis, 902 South Cooper Street, right there across from Celtic Crossing. Cannot miss it. Huge building. It says Co-work Memphis on it. But I just want everybody to come out, everybody to have a good time. I'm going to be hosting, so it's going to be crazy.
Right.
We're going to have a really good time. We have live music. Names and Nouns will be there performing live. They performed live last year. Emily is amazing. She has a very soulful voice, and she will have you singing along with her, and you'll be like, what am I doing singing this song? Next thing you know, I'm telling you, it's that kind of thing. But we're just going to have a lot of fun and want everybody to come out.
And one more thing, for someone who wants to do more than just attend the event, what can we as guests do to help or to provide of service?
That is so awesome that you asked that. So the biggest thing that we've been asking everybody to do is provide toys. Sometimes, people think, they're just doing this and they're just raising money. We really want to focus on the toys. So if you're not able to come and you'd like to provide toys, you can drop toys off at Co-work Memphis anytime. Again, that's 902 South Cooper in Cooper Young. But you can drop the toys off there. They're willing to accept the toys for us. So if you can't even come out but want to make a difference, that would be a great way to do that. Also, I just kind of, if you don't mind, I want to give everybody a heads up that I brought you guys a special treat today.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. Look at this.
Yeah, he's beautiful. He's, really yummy and delicious. So I think they'll enjoy him a little later.
Yes, and we're going to take a break there, and then we come back, we'll have our special treat. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Devin Dion with the Style Center. I'm sitting here lonely with this empty chair, but you could be there. If you're promoting a local business, anything fashion-wise, you have a new clothing line coming out, you're a stylist, you need clients, come here so I can help you promote and get it out there to the world. Check out L3television.com for more details.
As promised, we have our special treat, Frank the Bachelor, here today, who will be participating in the Santa Claus event. So, how are you feeling?
Doing well. I'm excited about the event. A little nervous, a lot of great-looking bachelors, good-looking guys with great careers and good personalities, But I'm confident in my chances to compete.
Most definitely. I can't get over this mesmerizing face that we have going on here. So that's probably his game face that he's going to use so he can get all of the bids, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Game face, whatever help me at all. Like personality, I throw in some money, bribe, whatever.
Oh no.
Whatever help me out.
Okay, help you out. Go ahead. Since you are participating in the event, you are the Bachelor. Go ahead and give us a side profile, maybe a flex, some. Okay.
Well, I think my thing is that I'm at least versatile.
Okay.
I'm not as smart as Stan Brown, maybe, or as tall as DeAndre. But I'm both above average height,
that's
slightly charming,
okay,
somewhat smart. Not as smart as Stan Brown, but versatile. I think that's my selling point.
Well, Frank, we'd like to get to know more about you. So tell us, what do you do for a living?
So my 9 to 5 is I work for an organization called the New Memphis Institute. It's a nonprofit focused on attracting and retaining talent in Greater Memphis, which is my title there is Manager of Strategic Partnerships. So basically, I made up a title. No, I get to go around town and work with partners around that goal. Partners from nonprofit organizations to Fortune 500 companies, that sort of thing. And then on my spare time, I'm a alderman out in my hometown of Millington, which is an elected position, like a city councilman.
I am not exactly sure of what an alderman is. So for people like me,
Yeah.
what is that?
Well, it's Old English for elder man, which is ironic in my case because I'm pretty young to be an alderman.
Okay.
But it's a city councilman, so we deal with everything, legislation from sanitation to police and fire to the things that affect people in my community on a daily basis.
Okay. Now, you went ahead and you hit what you do for a living as far as the Choose Memphis and Choose 901. Now, this is the third time that I've seen Frank this week, and none of them were expected. I actually attended one of the Choose Memphis, Choose 901 events that they had. So tell us a little bit about that event that was Tuesday, correct?
Yeah. Tuesday was Ignite, and by the way, I'll just say, if I'm running the same circles as you, I'm doing something right in my career.
Yay!
So excited about that. No, it was Ignite, so that was one of our partners' events, Undercurrent. Basically, we brought out 12 passionate Memphians where they talked about their ideas for 5 minutes, inspired everybody in the crowd, and they all were experts in their field, and really got everybody fired up on a Tuesday night.
Turn up on a Tuesday.
Yeah, turning up on a Tuesday.
That is so exciting. So we're going to switch back gears off of what you do for a living, and we're going to go back into your participation in the event as a bachelor.
Yeah.
So what can we expect from this event with you and your co-parts bachelors for this event?
And the event's benefiting Hope House, which is a
Right.
fantastic cause. I mean, it's a cause in itself whenever Ronnie asks you to do something. So obviously I was going to come out for that. And then it's important around the holidays to be reminded that you're loved. And I want people to know, or want people to show that they love me by bidding on me.
Oh, that's
No, I'm just kidding. No, but Hope House is a fantastic cause, and we're looking forward to supporting.
26 bachelors, so there was a lot of competition.
Yeah.
So with these dates, are you guys planning the dates, or are they already planned? So
we do not have input on what our dates are.
Okay.
So that goes back to versatility. I can pretty much have fun wherever I go, and
Right.
whether we're going out to eat or to a movie or getting manicures, pedicures, whatever. I'm down for whatever, and you're gonna have a good time if you go with me.
Yes, he is down for the time. So one last question. This is give me a little tea. What could the worst possible outcome from one of these dates be?
The worst possible outcome is that nobody bids on me. No,
That's
but
always bad.
Yeah, no, we'll have a plant in the audience to bid on me just in case for my
I'd
security.
bid on you.
See,
I'd bid on you. I'll be
you're
your
my
backup.
plant.
Yeah.
No, worst possible. I don't know, man. I'm really down for whatever. So I guess worst possible. Actually, I can't roller skate. So you cannot take me skating. And there might be somebody out there who's like, oh, it might be cute, to take Frankie skating. I can help him out. No, I tried that back in high school, and I never went on a date with that woman again. So, and I haven't seen her since. So no roller skating.
No
I'm down to
roller
try
skating.
anything else, but still can't roller skate.
Hey, you just got the tea from Frankie, and we hope that you come and join in the audience at the Santa Claus and, bid on Frankie or the other 26 bachelors that we have. And you fellas, you come out too, because we have 5 or 4 beautiful ladies for you with baskets.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you for coming with us
My pleasure.
today and
Thanks for having me.
interviewing, and thank you all for watching.
Thank you.
We are closing out with Lights in the City. I have been your host, Raya Wooten, and we are happy to have had you, Miss Ronnie, as our guest tonight.
I've had a great time.
Yes, so how do we get in contact with you if we would like to, follow you up on other things?
I would love to share that information. So as you mentioned earlier, I go by the Socialite, and I'm pretty consistent on all of my social media. So you can look up the Socialite on Facebook, and you will see Ronnie Brewer pop up. You can also follow our Santa Claus page at the Santa Claus. It has its own separate page. I'm on IG also as the Socialite. I am also on Twitter as the Socialite. So Not hard to find me.
Definitely not hard to find. And go ahead and drop us back with those details about the Santa Claus event.
Well, so come out to the Santa Claus. It's going to be on December the 10th. It starts at 7 p.m. It's going to be over at 10 p.m. We have 26 bachelors and 5 bachelorettes. So it's open for both ladies and gentlemen. They start at ages 21 and go up as far as, I think, 47 is our oldest bachelor. We like to say we got a little something for everybody.
Yes, Lord.
So we are diverse in age. We are diverse in ethnicity. So as I said, there is going to definitely be something for everybody there.
That is a beautiful thing. So you guys make sure you come out and support for that event. And if you would like to do a little extra, bring a toy, or you can always find her on social media and see how you could be of aid. Thank you for watching, and
Good night.
good night.